What's up?
What's up?
Say what's up, YouTube.
Love you.
Have a good day, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Don't have too much fun, okay?
Whatever.
Alright, the first one has been dropped off successfully. And I'm gonna go and pick up my oldest for her school, and then we'll be able to get really started with the day. I'm actually just back for the day. Coming back from Salt Lake City was awesome. I had a great time there with a bunch of folks, working with my wife, packing things up and moving a few things over to the new house. Of course, I'm very excited about that. And I think in particular, creating a new environment to do work. I love building environments. I love experimenting with environments for productivity. And obviously new offices, new homes, new apartments, whatever, afford me the ability to do those new experiments, because I'm always looking to optimize, always looking to see if I can eke out a little bit more performance. But I am flying out red eye. My flight's at 1 o'clock tonight. So this Thursday morning, technically, to Pennsylvania. And I'll talk a little bit more about, I think, that tomorrow. But there was one topic that I had to talk about, which is Twitter. Twitter just announced that they're experimenting/introducing the ability to do 280 characters instead of the very famous 140. And I think Twitter has lost its shit completely. In fact, Twitter, I think, is crap. But I think the point here, and the one idea that I wanted to talk about is that Twitter is old news. Twitter is entirely old news at this point. And if you still think it's the jam, if you still think it's a big deal, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't see it. And sure, I've made my own personal decision that Twitter is worthless and doesn't create real value for me. And so naturally I am biased to say what I am saying right now. But there are so many better options for building community, so many better options for getting your news. Well, let's just sit on that for a second. One of the number one reasons that I hear people saying I have to have Twitter is because I get my news through it. But there's so much noise on Twitter. It's like subjecting yourself to pain every time you read the news, because you have to filter through it and filter through all the crap, other tweets to get to the real good stuff. It's like going back to enjoying advertising on your websites. Like, no one wants to do that. So why would you subject yourself to trash tweets just so that you can get to the few pieces of information and news that you could get in a number of different ways? It makes no sense. I think the point, ultimately, what I'm trying to communicate is that there are 100 different better tools to do exactly what you need. Twitter no longer is a very good utility at all, and I think they've totally lost their shit. 280 characters. God, why are you still using that tool? Twitter is terrible. Twitter is terrible. It is, it's just so bad. So, that's my one thought of the day, is why the heck are you still using Twitter? And honestly, I'd love to hear. You're not going to convince me to come back, that is for sure. But I am genuinely interested in knowing, why you still spend time on that system at all. So, if you want, leave a comment below. But otherwise, have a great day. And consider all of the better time. Consider all of the time that you could use in much more productive ways than browsing Twitter. And we'll not even talk about Facebook.